Okay, we're going to get started in just a couple of minutes, so we're letting everyone join on. We're also going to be live on Facebook, so those people that would prefer to watch us through Facebook, we're going to be there as well. We're just going to give a couple minutes, let everyone join. Okay, looks like people are still coming on. We're just going to give another minute or two. Thank you, everybody, for giving your time today. We'll just give another minute or two, then we'll get started. All right, so on behalf of the Intercollegiate Horse Shows Association, I would like to welcome you to the 2020-2021 IHSA Season Update webinar. My name is Kelly Frankfurt. I am the Executive Vice President of the Intercollegiate Horse Show Association, and we just wanted to take this opportunity to let you know what the status is of our season this year and really share some exciting opportunities that we have for our teams and for our members for this fall semester. This webinar is being recorded, so if you have any fellow teammates, coaches, administrators that are not able to watch this live, the recording will be available on our website, so you can look for that. I'm going to be speaking for about 20 to 25 minutes. During that time, our Q&A box will be up and will be active. So if at any time you have a question about something that I reference or speak to, feel free to post your questions there. I am blessed to have Sherry West, our IHSA National Steward, as well as Cricket Morris, who is our IHSA National Secretary, who will be on to answer questions live as we go through. At the conclusion of my presentation, I will look and see if there's any remaining questions that have yet to be answered. But I'm hoping to round this up within 30-35 minutes max. You know, everyone's time is precious, so I'd like to just get the information out to you. Should you have any questions at the conclusion or after you finish watching all of this, please reach out to your IHSA board members, regional presidents, anybody on the executive committee, and we will be happy to answer those questions for you. So let's get underway. So let's make sure I have everything up and ready for us. So our current status. So as a follow-up to our webinar that we had at the end of the summer, we really tried to give our regions flexibility, not knowing what the fall was going to look like. So as a result, we do have a few regions in the country that are competing in traditional IHSA competitions, but the vast majority are holding off until the spring semester, clearly a function of the level of participation of our member schools, depending on how their schools are managing under the pandemic. We are continuing to monitor this situation. There is really no way to predict what our world is going to look like in the next week or the next month. So we're going to continue to monitor and make changes and adjustments and really try and go with the flow of the season. But we hope that you will be pleased with the opportunities that we're going to be giving our riders and our schools for this fall semester. And believe it, all of us want to get back in the ring competing as usual. So we're going to do our best to shoot us on that trajectory. So a couple of things that are new, that this is kind of an outline of some of the things I'm going to be covering during this webinar. The first thing, we hope you saw the e-blast that went out regarding a couple of eligibility adjustments and in reaction to the COVID shutdowns. So I will review those. We are excited to announce that the IHSA is going to enter the foray of online horse shows. So we're going to be talking about that. We will be offering a virtual horsemanship challenge, the Team McDonald Challenge for your students. We also are pleased to announce, and I believe a release went out about this, that we have signed on a new IHSA affiliate that offers virtual clinics. So I'm just going to review that. Our Alumni Association has some wonderful new membership opportunities, as well as some discounts for our 2020 graduates, because they, obviously got the short end of the stick with the closing of the spring season. So we have some opportunities there. And then just finish up reviewing our traditional scholarship programs and some academic recognition programs that we hope everyone will take advantage of. So we have been fielding a ton of questions, wondering whether schools should join the IHSA this year. What is that going to look like? I will preface that the majority of these online opportunities that I'm going to be talking about, we do need the schools and universities as well as the individuals to be members of the association. That being said, with regards to your team membership fee, should your team or school be unable to participate in any regular IHSA competitions during the 2020-21 competition year due to COVID-related restrictions, you may roll over your team membership fee to the 21-22 competition year. There's no risk there. With regards to individual membership, so we're talking about undergraduate and alumni members, in order to participate in most of these online and virtual opportunities, we do need you to be a member of our association, and that membership is not transferable to next year. But you will be able to take advantage of these opportunities that I'm going to talk about. As usual, so no change this year, please work through your regional presidents to ensure that your membership paperwork has been submitted and completed correctly. So no change here. The forms, the placement forms, the eligibility certificates, all those normal forms and paperwork that you would submit to start off the year, you would need to do to join the association. So no different. Again, use that regional president. They are your resource for membership questions. So we did make some announcements regarding eligibility adjustments. So this went out to our membership, but just to review it so that you're aware, in acknowledgement that we have so many members that due to the COVID shutdowns have opted to take a gap year, and maybe virtual college was not for them, take a year off work and then hopefully go back. So in reaction to that, or to make an adjustment for that, we have said that all current undergraduate members of the IHSA who were members prior to August 1st of this year will have one additional year added to their 5 years of eligibility. And again, this is solely due to the COVID-19 situation. If you check your rule books, Rule 1201, riders are eligible for the equivalent of 4 calendar years within traditionally a 5-year period. This adjustment increases that to 6 years. So again, you have to be a member as of August 1st, 2020, and you'll get that additional year of eligibility. Now, and the other adjustment that we've made is for our riders that currently compete in classes 1 and 11. So these are our 100-seat introductory equitation riders and our beginner Western horsemanship riders. So normally you would have 2 years to compete at that level. And then if you had not qualified or earned enough points, you would be required to move up. In recognition that the spring was cut short, majority of riders are not riding this fall semester. So we've made an adjustment for them. In this case, riders that were members or competing members in classes 1 and 11 and were members prior to August 1st of 2020 and had not already qualified for the postseason competition, you get an additional year of eligibility in those 2 classes. So again, you have to have been a member at that level prior to August 1st of this year. No change to how qualification works. Upon earning 36 points in regular IHSA horse shows, those riders must advance on to Class 2A or 12A. So that has not changed. We've just given you an extra year of eligibility if you've been affected by this shutdown. So yes, the IHSA is going to be entering the foray of the online horse show. Now this is not your traditional IHSA horse show, but you know what? That's okay, because there is nothing traditional about the circumstances that we are all operating under. We also acknowledge that the IHSA format of the random draw is close to impossible to replicate in a virtual online horse show where you're submitting videos and you can't travel. So this is just an option for those teams and those students that would like to have a competition against their fellow IHSA riders that kind of fills a hole, but we acknowledge it is not a traditional IHSA horse show. So just some high-level points here. We do require that all the teams, students, and alumni, yes, alumni, you can participate in the online horse shows as well, must be paid members of the IHSA. Your participation in this online horse show has no impact on your IHSA eligibility. The only kind of caveat to that would be new riders. There'll be new riders this fall that place in classes 1 and 11. Just that caveat that you can't have cantered or loped in any type of competition. So just keep that in mind with your new beginner riders that have joined this year. Any points earned by any riders or teams in the online horse show does not count towards any regular IHSA postseason competition or rider advancement. So this is a totally separate program. This is not going to be run through our IHSA website, the show platform that we've been using. This is totally separate. You also may participate in both online and regular IHSA competitions. So if you happen to be lucky enough right now and your region is doing regular horse shows, but you're like, hey, this sounds like a great opportunity for my riders, they can participate in the online format as well. Should your region resume regular competitions in the spring, you can still compete in these online horse shows. So what are some very high level outline? The dates that I present here may change by a day or two, but this is what we are working with. We are going to be offering one online horse show for each discipline this fall semester. All classes in each discipline will be offered, including alumni classes. So this is open to any and all members that are undergraduate members of the IHSA and alumni members. We do ask that you be members and have all your paperwork submitted by the end of this month. That would just help us out. The prize list will be distributed to our membership as well as online through our social media. We'll have it available on our website, hopefully by October 26th. In that prize list, it will list exactly how to film your video submissions. It will list what are the requirements for each division level. It's different for each. It will have guidance on how to film those video submissions, and as well as any other questions that might come up. The normal items that would be included in the normal prize list. The goal for entry submissions would be between November 2nd and November 15th, with the target of announcing our results on December 3rd. We are proud to announce that our initial online horse show will be powered by digitalhorseshow.com. This is the official online platform of the USHJA. This is the platform that our riders and our teams will go to submit their entries and upload the videos that will be judged. We have worked to get this at a really affordable price. The entry fee per class is $28, and currently there are no limits to entries. We really don't yet have a feel for how popular this is going to be. We hope everyone in the association, if you have access to horses, you are able to participate. Should our entries be exponential, we will kind of reserve the right to break them down by geographic area. So that again will be outlined within the prize list. So again, just high level dates so that you're aware of what that's going to look like. Look for details within the next 2 weeks about the distribution of the prize list, and hope your students decide to get involved. The other virtual opportunity we have is a horsemanship challenge. So the Teresa McDonald IHSA Scholarship Challenge is an opportunity for students to put their horsemanship skills to the test. So we have traditionally run this program during the spring semester, but given the circumstances, we wanted to provide an opportunity for our members during the fall. This is open to all IHSA undergraduate members, and it's a 2-phase test. The first part is a free online test of up to 100 questions covering general horsemanship topics from the USHA study guide and the IHSA rulebook. Do you want to stress this is not discipline specific, talking about horsemanship skills. The online test will be open from November 30th to December 18th. And we're asking students to form teams of 6, maybe 6 from your own school, maybe 6 within your region. You want to get together with those riders you haven't seen from your region and decide, let's form a team and do the horsemanship challenge. The top scorers will get invited to compete in a practicum competition. And we'll share those details about the location and timing of that as later this year. So full details are available on our website. You can see the address there. It's under membership and look under scholarships. So please, again, opportunity, work with your students, test their horsemanship. This is an opportunity to compete as a team against other riders across our association. Another virtual opportunity that we are excited to talk about is a new IHSA affiliate by the name of Ringside Pro that we have recently signed on. Proud to say that this company was founded by a University of Virginia IHSA alum. And one of the products that they offer is the virtual clinic. So in this case, participants can choose a clinician from their website, upload a video from a horse show or maybe from a lesson, and receive feedback from those clinicians. The costs range anywhere from $18 to $25. It's a one-time fee per clinician, and the clinician sets the price. Currently, their clinicians are solely of the hunter seat discipline, but they are looking for and will be adding Western and reining clinicians to their website, and we'll be sure to publicize that to the membership when that comes online. They are offering a coupon or a discount for the first 50 IHSA participants, get a 20% discount on their clinic that their clinician and their feedback. So you can see the code there. The other opportunity, being familiar with how so many IHSA teams have to fundraise to cover the expenses of their team, of their horses. The founders of Ringside Pro also offer a fundraising opportunity for IHSA teams. So if your team is active and you're looking for an opportunity, reach out to Ringside Pro. You can see them at hello@ringsidepro.com for complete details, and they would be more than happy to share what their program is, and you can see if it's a fit for your school and for your team. So recently, the Alumni Association has made some announcements. You know, we acknowledge that the 2020 graduates really got the short end of the stick the end of last year, with spring coming to a grinding halt. And so I know our Alumni Association, specifically Tammy Kranuski, the director of the Alumni Association, wanted to reach out and get those, give something back to those 2020 graduates and get them involved and staying involved within the Alumni Association. So they have a new structure to their membership. They offer 2 types of membership. The first is the traditional competing membership. This is for individuals that rode as an undergraduate, and they want to continue and compete in the IHSA alumni classes at the regular horse shows. For our 2020 grads, the Alumni Association is offering a 30% discount on membership. So it's a great opportunity, stay connected. Those alumni can also compete in the online horse show. The other membership option is the champion membership. So this is for former members of the IHSA who want to remain connected to the IHSA community, retain those benefits, including some amazing sponsor discounts, they just want to stay connected. So this membership for our 2020 grads, the Alumni Association is giving a 1-year free membership for them. So if that isn't attractive to you, to stay connected to us. So I encourage if you have any 2020 grads or recent IHSA grads, want to get, or somebody that rode in the past wants to get reconnected, to check out under the join option, alumni membership on our website. You can see the link there. You can also reach out to Tammy directly. She would be more than happy to talk to you about ways to get involved with the Alumni Association. So I want to make sure everyone was aware of those opportunities. So 2 things that are available every year. Just wanted to remind you, as we're all sitting at home working virtually, no time like the present to do some scholarship applications. So the Intercollegiate Equestrian Foundation every year offers scholarships annually to collegiate riders. You can check out all the details of the scholarships that they award at their website, iefscholarship.org. The deadline for submitting an application for a scholarship is February 21st next year. Again, no time like the present. There are 2 types of scholarships on that website. One where the student applies for the scholarship, and then there are some special scholarships where the coaches can nominate deserving riders. So I encourage all our members and our coaches to check out that website and encourage your students to apply for those scholarships. The other program we have is the Senior Athletic Academic Achievement Award. So these are for these academically achieving seniors who would like to submit an essay to really share how the intercollegiate experience prepared them for what their future career is. The future career will be, you know, what type of role the intercollegiate competition, what part that was in their education. So this is an essay that can be written for a cash prize, and the deadline for that is March 30th, 2021. Again, no time like the present while we're all working virtually. The other thing, we spend a lot of time with the IHSA to recognize our riders' achievements in the ring, but equally important is to recognize the individual academic achievements of our participating undergraduates and alumni members. So each year, coaches, advisors, or designated representatives may nominate riders that meet this academic criteria. You'll see there the all academic first team GPA of 3.8 or higher, or a second team GPA 3.5 or higher. Those nominations are due by March 18th. You can see the full information about this award and what needs to be submitted to get your students recognized for that hard work that they're putting in the classroom is there on the website under membership and academic awards. So important opportunity there. Just want to remind everyone that, and we highlighted this during our summer webinar, that the IHSA has put together COVID-19 protocols and best practices. Whether you are gathering, you're a lucky region and you're gathering together for regular IHSA horse shows, or maybe you're going to gather together to film for video for the online horse show, please make sure you are complying with all state and local COVID-19 regulations and protocols. You can take a look at what we have provided, again, on our website. You see the link there. And also abiding by what's your school requirements. We know every organization is doing their best to protect the health and safety and welfare of our members. So just make sure that you are aware of those protocols and are adhering to them. So where does that leave us? We are IHSA Strong. We have a strong membership and we are active this semester, and we want you to come on in and start participating. So what can you do right now? You can join the organization and participate in our online events and the regular IHSA horse shows when they're available. You can apply for scholarships and this academic recognition that I highlighted before. We need you to continue to follow the IHSA on social media for updates, whether it be details or the prize list for the online horse show, whether it's new eligibility adjustments. Again, we don't know what the fluidity of the situation, how that's going to change going into the spring. our main means for getting the word out is through our social media channels. So please follow us on all social media. The other thing we want to know, we want you to share your stories and photos of how you, as an IHSA rider, a coach, how are you managing riding, school, under the current conditions of the pandemic. These are unique times. We know that the stories of riders from Washington State to Florida, to California, to Maine are gonna vary, but we wanna know how your students are doing, how are you managing things, and share those. Hashtag them IHSA strong, hashtag them ride IHSA. So we wanna know what our members are up to and how they are celebrating collegiate riding, your horses, and just managing under the unique circumstances that we have. And lastly, please stay in contact with your regional president. They are responsible for keeping the pulse on the population within their geographic area. So if you have had a change with your school's participation, maybe it's been relaxed, maybe you're allowed to practice, maybe you're allowed to potentially compete. Please share that information and be in regular contact with your regional president. They are the go-to person for what's happening across our association, and especially in your region, your part of the world. So I'm just gonna cancel. So that kind of concludes my part of the presentation. Hopefully I didn't speak too quickly. And I know I know Cricket and Sherry have been answering some questions through the chat or through the Q&A box. And I will take a quick look and see if there's any outstanding questions. If you find that something was not answered during the call or during the webinar, please feel free to shoot an email to anybody on the executive committee or your regional president, and we'll be sure to get that information for you. We want to make sure that we are answering questions and getting the information out to people. So let me just look at some of these questions that have come. There was a question that asked, can we run online shows outside of our traditional region, hold scrimmages? We've presented some online format, a way that you can compete against within the IHSA members. If your school wants to do something specifically with another school, you can certainly do that, but I would encourage the two coaches to work together. That would not be under the auspices of the IHSA. So I would work with your schools, work with your coaches, but that is certainly possible. Obviously, if it's not under our guidelines and under our auspices, it would have no impact on any post-competition. Let me look. The hunt seat. So a question about whether the hunt seat virtual horse shows, do riders need to be wearing full competition attire, including show shirt and jacket? It's our intention that it look like a regular horse show. The judges are going to be given the videos, and we want you to present yourselves in the best light. So yes, appropriate show attire as outlined within the IHSA rulebook would be expected for that virtual horse show. Let me just look, see if anything else. Yes, there will be prizes for the online show. Again, details will be in the prize list when that goes out. And again, questions about when that information would be available. Again, the target date is October 26th. I've got our discipline committees hard at work in finalizing that format. So look for information of when that prize list goes out, and that's when the entries will be live. Says, do students have to be enrolled in classes to utilize their additional year of eligibility? No, that's why we added that additional year, so that if a student decided to take a gap year away from college and not take classes, your calendar, your kind of like the stopwatch starts when you join the association. So from that point forward, if you were a member prior to August 1st, you would have 6 years in which to complete your 4 years of eligibility. So no, you do not need to compete. I mean, you do not need to be enrolled in classes. So another question says, if members compete on the online horse show, will this count as a year of competing? So no, participation in the online horse show has no impact on your eligibility. So again, if you are a team, you join, your team participates in the online horse show, but you ultimately do not do any regular horse shows. That does not count against your years of eligibility competing in the IHSA. Let me think. Will the practicum competition for the Horsemanship Challenge be in person? The goal is that it will be in person. Again, back to the comment where we don't know what the next week's going to hold. We don't know what the next month is going to hold. So we will have to kind of go with the flow there, and we will get details out as soon as we have them available. No information yet about the postseason. We are hoping to proceed as usual. Again, majority of regions are hoping to resume regular competitions in the spring semester. So that's what we are currently operating under, that format. So you can still use the benefits. So when you join the IHSA, you do get benefits with the USEF and USHJA, so that you still gain access to by being a member of the IHSA. Is the virtual clinic open to alumni? Yes, the virtual clinic is open to our alumni riders. Again, the requirement is that you join the Alumni Association. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. Will the amount of points needed to qualify for postseason change based on the number of shows? So just as a reminder, back to the what we did in the spring, or sorry, in the summer, in the last webinar, we talked about each region was allowed to put together a plan for the coming year. And if it seems that your region is not going to hold enough horse shows, that they could put in for some type of adjustment to the points. Again, that's done on a regional basis, and there's paperwork and procedure for those regional presidents to follow. So again, this is a circumstance where you should stay in touch with your regional president and work with them. I know coaches are working with their regional presidents to come up with plans for the spring. So again, that is, the points certainly may change, but it's going to be on a per region basis, depending on what each region circumstances they are facing. So it looks like, yes, is going through, I think we've answered most of them. So, and it's been about 30 minutes. So I think we're going to close the webinar here. I want to thank everybody for their time and participation in this webinar. And I hope we have gotten you excited and presented some opportunities for your students for the, this fall semester. Again, please stay connected with us as we announce the details to the various programs. And we look forward to seeing your activities. Make sure you hashtag ride IHSA, IHSA strong in your posts and social media so you can see what you're up to across the country. And we look forward to seeing you all back in the ring as we should be in the spring semester. So thank you so much for your time and all the best for the remainder of the fall season. Cheers.